talk about the creation of In The Ruff and like how you came
Yeah.
about putting that
Well,
together.
man, Oddisee hit me and YU up and was like, man, look, we're gonna do an album. Said we're gonna tour the album. And we just gonna run it up. You know what I'm saying? Oddisee was already touring like Europe and all that. Like back then, we talking about 2000, 2004, 2005, 2006. You know what I'm saying? Really 2005, 2006. He told us this. And 2007, 2008, we started like laying down like a couple records or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then like we finished up the album. I think it was 2008, and we released it 2009. You know what I'm saying? The first version of the album was like edited. So if you wanted to buy the unedited version, you had to wait and like really buy it. You know what I'm saying? But we released the edited version free, because that's when like Z Share was running it up and all that. You know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, I'm still going to the open mics. I know I got that project coming, but it ain't out yet. So I'm still like doing my solo stuff too, making a name for myself. And Wale introduced me to JuJu, who was producing for him at the time with Kenny Burns and Studio 43. So same time with Oddisee and them, I'm in True School open mic. I'm with Wale, you know what I'm saying, and run around with him in his early days, Studio 43, and like soaking that energy up. You know what I'm saying? They run around with UCB and all that. So I'm like, man, I'm about to put out my joint. And yeah, I was still like perfecting my skill set even doing that first album. You know what I'm saying? But Oddisee was like, nah, this what we gonna do. We gonna put an album out and we gonna tour. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. You know what I mean? But it took like a minute to manifest that. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like I'd say like 3 years to manifest that album. But I was getting lit too though. You know what I'm saying? So by the time the album came out, I was with Kenny Burns. You know what I'm saying? In Studio 43, and had released a couple projects, Monumental and 1110. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
What do you feel like makes Oddisee such a great producer?
Oh, it's his mindset as a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Like he taught me how to be a businessman. You know what I mean? Really, like I said, I'm treating the farthest I got with that in my youth and the ignorance that come with being youthful. I was just treating it like the block. You know what I'm saying? Me making a sale was good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? He put me on to establishing like legitimacy around it, which is like a whole nother level of seriousness around it. You know what I'm saying? Paperwork that's attached to the transactions. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just about the transaction. It's the paperwork that attached to the transaction and the paper trail that you can look back and see. You know what I'm saying? And the projection of the product that we putting out there that got paperwork attached to with it. You know what I'm saying? Doing shows and enterprise and doing it. You know what I mean?
As from a project standpoint,
Yeah.
in your music, what inspired Color to Gray?
Well, uh, that was like after In The Ruff. I just said I'm gonna put an album out with the same label that we put out with Oddisee. They Metal Music Group. They put out In The Ruff. So I went to the person with Metal Music Group and got a deal with him. And I was like, look, I got a project, and I was running it up um, in the streets, getting a heavy buzz at that time. And I was like, man, let's go another direction with it. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, let me give that label a special album, and that got a whole another sound. That all my albums have different sounds with them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna give y'all this. I gave him 2 projects, the Color Gray, and I gave him Color Day Gray. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the album that's out. The Color Gray that came out before. That's on my band camp. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them projects are not even on like iTunes. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go back and put them up there. You know what I mean? But like they're on my band camp. So I was on that direct to consumer back then. You want to get it, go to Bandcamp, get the drink directly from me. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
What's your creative process like when you like coming up with albums, writing songs, you know, putting
Um,
them together and everything?
when I did the Monumental album with Kenny Burns and AB the producer, shout out to my brothers. Um, I wrote every song in the studio on the spot, except for Real Niggas Only. You know what I'm saying? I come to the studio, he put the beat on, I write right there, and go in and just lay it down. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't I don't think about what I'm gonna say before the concept. He make the beat, I come up with the concept as he's making the beat, and boom. So I started getting into that pattern. You know what I'm saying? Like um, the days where we was like writing at home in composition books and mastering, like memorizing every verse in every composition book. I had like gotten away from that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the streets doing other things, and I ain't had time to be sitting writing. I build up my inspiration, and when I get to the studio, then I just let it flow out. You know what I'm saying? I still do that to this day. The Bumpy X album with my brother Sniper B, we did all that on the spot in the studio, spontaneous. You know what I'm saying?
Can you explain what EALU stands for? Like what's the
Oh yeah,
meaning behind EALU?
EALU. Everybody ain't like us. Everybody ain't like you. You know what I'm saying? That's another album. Me and my brother AB. We just grind and put out music, and every album it got a different sound that come with it. You know what I'm saying? And that was like everybody got a brand, but when people say the brand, what does it do to the individual? You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to like strategically empower the individual by like naming it something meaningful. You know what I'm saying? And my brother AB came up with that, and for me, I just partnered up with him. Like that's another thing for me to hustle. You know what I'm saying? And we partnered up with it and made it like a group album thing. But he came up with that name. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
With you, you know, having a different relationship you had with like different artists and just people in the city.
Yeah.
Talk about like how you met JuJu the Pimp.
Oh man, I met him. I first met him outside the Club Love promoting, um, and man, I just used to run into him like in the city. You know what I'm saying? And always show him love because he an OG, he a legend. You know what I'm saying? And, like he was with. I seen him in all the videos as a youngin'. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Flip and all that. And um, I was just inspired by the way that he was always doing positive things in the community. You know what I'm saying? Even though he known for what he known for, but he was always doing positive things in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I respect about him the most. You know what I'm saying? That's what I aspire to be. You know what I mean?
How did you meet Young Guru?
Young Guru, man, I met him just being out and about. I think the first time I met Young Guru was in South by Southwest in Texas, and shout out to Chucky Thompson. Always was in cahoots with Chucky Thompson, and I remember Guru and Chucky Thompson as being real close. You know what I'm saying? So um, we just had that type of bond. Whenever I see Guru, I drop Chucky Thompson's name. And the last picture I took of Chucky, rest in peace to him, um, I I took that in like it was like like a it was like a class that they was doing at House Studios back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And I went up there and just seen both of them in action, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Guru got DC ties. You know, my first time meeting Guru, matter of fact, was at Howard Homecoming, man. He was walking down George Ave in the J. That was my first time meeting Guru. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he right there with Hove. You know what I'm saying? So, and ironically, you know what I'm saying? He knew about Diamond District. He was like, man, look, y'all niggas doing y'all thing, man. Keep doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying?
You talked about, you know, a little bit about Kenny Burns, but
Yeah.
like how, like, what was the backstory about like how you all linked up?
Well, back when I was around Wale, we was working together. Um, I met Kenny in the club one night with Wale, but I just met him briefly in passing. I was been trying to get my CD to him. I gave it to another one of the homies that was with us, and he was like, "I'm gonna get that joint to Kenny, man." But I had to get my buzz up in the streets, really. You know what I'm saying? And I went back and did that, and then Kenny called my phone. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and then we got it popping like that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes that's what it is. You gotta um, raise your value, and then have the people call you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. But shout out to my brother Kenny. I had that going on while I had the Diamond District going on. Two waves going on at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely was dope. You know what I'm saying?